Well, good morning from Louisiana. This is day number 2. We picked a load up yesterday, our very first load under our own authority, and first load out in 3 weeks. So it was a bit nerve-wracking. Because it was our first load under our own authority. Lots of new hurdles to learn, and plus a new logbook to learn. We will get into that later on, which logbook we chose and how it works and what the difference is about it versus the Qualcomm. But we got to learn this stupid thing first, right? Yeah, so we have a load. We're going over here we picked up like 6 miles from the driveway. So you gotta love that, man. I picked a load up for a local company at a local manufacturer there at the house. Been there for years. But anyway, so we picked it up and taking it over here to Fort Worth, Texas. Drop it off in the morning. And have a Landstar load, a trade show load, picking up in Carrollton, Georgia, going to the convention center in Atlanta, Georgia. So that's pretty cool. All the years I ran Landstar, I could not get a trade show load out of Dallas, Texas, and for this agency. And now that I'm a approved carrier, I got one for this agency. Imagine that. Because I would always call this agent every time I came over here. And lo and behold, they had one there. I think it might have been hard to get a BCO on it because I think it's like $2.05 a mile, which to me at 100% is pretty good for Dallas going back east. So getting a BCO to do that for $2.05 would probably be slim. So not bad money coming out of Dallas. Landstar made probably like north of $3 a mile. So yeah, we're doing okay. We will have these growing pains and we'll get it worked out. Good looking Peterbilt right there. I think that might have been a 379. I don't know much about beats, but I'm going to assume that was a 379. But anyway, I'm going to talk to that guy on the radio. We'll holler at y'all later. You guys see the bag of straps there in the bed of that trailer? I used to do that. Lived to have a Walmart bag when I pulled a company van. It's kind of weird. I'm picking up this load and I'm surrounded by all these Landstar trucks. So today I'm a Landstar truck. Kinda. Anyway, it's my second load of the year, and the second load is with my own authority, and it's a Landstar load. How cool is that? Pretty cool shenanigans. Trade show at that. There's a story behind that. We'll be back. Okay, so what I was saying is that every time I'd come to Dallas area, I'd call 3 agents that I knew had trade show freight that loaded out of here on a regular basis. Because you got several companies that are based out of Dallas. And I never had any luck with it. You know, there was no loyalty. So it's kind of ironic that it's the second load on my own, and it's a Landstar agent that I tried to work with as a Landstar BCO. And I found this load on the DAT load board. I didn't go to the Landstar's load board. I think I've only pulled that Landstar load board up once. But so far, everything I'm shopping on is from the DAT load board. Some guys say they run a lot of different load boards, but I don't know. I've found all the freight I could ever want on the GAT board. So I probably need to look at some other boards and see what's out there. I don't know why I slowed down, trying to figure out what this garbage truck's doing. He passed me and slowed down. But anyway, and this Dallas, it can be a bit tricky on these interstates. They got so much of it under construction, and so I'm trying to focus on where I got to go. With 2 miles, I gotta get them 635. I want to make sure I don't mess it up. Because last night, going to where I picked this load up, there was major spaghetti bowls of bridges and ramps and interchanges, and I got all of them all out of sync and out of whack. Because the road I need was actually the service road. Anyway, didn't video it, so me trying to tell you is redundant. So, yeah, so we got a trade show load from a Landstar agent. So it's pretty cool. And so we are off to the World Congress Center in Atlanta, Georgia. Haven't done that one. And we have a noon delivery on Monday. Probably won't take them about an hour to unload it. It only took them, well, we're going to do with the union, you know. It only took them about an hour to load it. And so I'm hoping that when the time comes on Monday, we'll probably get unloaded a little early. But we'll see how the union people do. Yeah, they don't. They to keep us there a while. We will just bounce to the house from there. No worries. See, that's exit only lane. And we should be in a good lane here. I guess we got to go east. So we should be okay. All right, there's fun. Okay. That was kind of funny. It was a trucking company wanted to know if I had a truck that'd be willing to go to Gainesville, Georgia today. So that always cracks me up. So anyway, so yeah, I said, no ma'am, I don't have a truck in that area today, sorry. And because they had no idea, they just called the trucking company and they had no idea whether you got one truck or 1,000 trucks. So express lanes, why would anybody run that today? I don't know. I'll find out here in a moment. I don't have Texas tags, so I can't run it. I gotta take the low rent side. But anyway, it just I love it how these people call and I don't know if you got a truck in such area. But anyway, so the most part, the calls have been good calls, unlike the foreigners that used to call me. And also, I might add that so far this seems to be a lot more relaxing. I don't have the follow me load alerts that I used to have with Landstar. So the phone's not blowing up with available loads. And I really don't, I'm really not worried about looking for loads at the other end. Like I said, today's Friday. Normally I'd be trying to find a load out of Atlanta on Monday. A pickup truck, I mean, I got the blinker on and everything, but sometimes you just gotta give them a little wake-up call. Like, I need out of that lane, you know. No respect. So anyway, so what was we talking about before we got distracted? Here comes that truck out there, C-Tex. He was not going to let me. He was not going to let me over. And any respectable four-wheeler should know that a truck does not belong in the far left lane. Anyway, we were rambling on about something. Oh yes, normally I would be all up in that load board trying to find me a load out of Atlanta on Monday. ask to not get stuck there and get stuck with some crappy load. So, but I'm not the least bit concerned about it. I'll probably actually wait to see how the unloading process goes, and then I'll be able to grab a load really easily, because there's so much freight on that DAT load board. I should be able to find one and go. So anyway, so that will only be my third time of doing that, but so far it seems to be a bit more relaxing. Now I just got to figure out how to get that last load paperwork submitted so I get paid for it. It takes 30 days for them to pay me on that load, so I got to I guess read through the carrier bracket and decide how they want me to submit them the bills, but I'll do that today or Monday. I'm not too worried about it, you know. 30 days, I mean, a couple more days ain't going to matter. So it'll be all good. Anyway, we're just rambling on. I want to go drink some water and get relaxed into the driving mode here. We'll see you guys shortly. I don't think that guy was over here. Nah, he don't. Just forgot to turn something on. Alright, so we'll see you guys in a bit. Well, we are in Louisiana now. A long ways into Louisiana. And I've had a few phone calls, so I have totally lost track of what we were talking about. You guys send me some ESP messages and remind me what we were talking about. I don't remember if it was the trade show freight we're able to haul now, or was we talking about the difference in money and what a BCO makes versus a approved carrier? Because I don't want to repeat myself, which I do that a lot anyway. See, that's the trouble with doing these clips of random parts of the day. You forget what you were talking about, but we're just shooting off the hip, and we don't have scripted messages to go by. I'll tell you, I could sure use some chocolate. Must be PMS, I guess. I don't know. You know, sometimes you just need chocolate. While on vacation, I had a few Mellow Yellows or Mountain Dews. I don't normally drink that stuff in the truck. I just do water, you know. 1 cup of coffee in the morning and it's water the rest of the day. I don't even do tea anymore. So I had 3 or 4 soft drinks while on vacation. Now I'm having withdrawals. So that's why I feel like I want some chocolate. But anyway, this little Christ up here in front of me is going to cause me to turn my cruise down. So now he's picked up a little bit, but he'll speed up and slow down. So I'd like to have a little bit more distance than that between the guy in front of me. Let's count that: 1001, 1002, 1003. 3 seconds, which is not enough. I like a little bit bigger gap than that. So if he slows down again, we will decrease our speed and let him go. Most guys like that are just local commuters. They'll get off an exit or two and they'll be back to normal. So yeah, maybe we were talking about freight. You don't have any freight booked out of Atlanta yet. There's so much freight currently everywhere with every broker, even with Landstar, that you don't have any trouble finding loads. There's a shortage of trucks or an overabundance of freight, or a combination of the both. And rates are paying really good money. So we'll wait till Monday and see how this trade show thing goes, and then book something. I seen on Facebook a friend of mine. You guys have seen his ride before, Mr. Chris. I think he's loading out and going to Vegas Wednesday. So I might look at the board, see if I can't find me a load going to Vegas at that same time frame. So I might just go home one day and hang out. I don't know. So I wouldn't mind taking a load out west with Mr. Chris, hanging out in Vegas for a while. It'd be pretty fun. And also, another benefit, I could get out of Vegas a lot easier with my own authority. I think I know that guy right there. But anyway, and I could even run, I could haul the show load back. So just stay on it for the weekends out there and just do local work for the week I'm in Vegas. That might be an interesting trial and error right there. I should seriously look at giving that a shot. But anyway, here's my ramblings for this clip. See you guys in a bit. Well, we're fixing to jump off this Tallulah exit. It's TA. We were due for a 30-minute break. And I'm trying to decide. I actually got almost 2 hours before I actually need the 30-minute break. I may just stay here. It's only 3 o'clock local time. I need to make a couple of calls. And sorry, focused on traffic. So I might just stay the rest of the day and night here at this TA in Tallulah, and then get up in the morning and go on to Atlanta, because I have to be in Atlanta till Monday. Today's Friday. If I left at, say, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'd be in Atlanta at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock Atlanta time on a Saturday. So it should be okay to find a parking spot. What they're doing, they dig up the white line and put it in a drain pipe. Interesting. Mr. Central, you could have waited till you got to the ramp stop there. That guy's passed me 2 or 3 times. Getting on my bloody nerves. But anyway, so here we are, Tallulah, Louisiana Travel Centers of America. Our next option would have been the Petro in Jackson, Mississippi. The Petro facilities are probably a little bit nicer, and the facilities are bigger. The parking lot's nasty. It's not really a good toss-up either way, really, because this parking lot here, it's always really, really windy. And the store's really old, but I'm probably just gonna be here for a 30-minute break if I do spend the night. We'll grab a shower. I tried to grab a shower the other day and they didn't have any water. I'm sure they have water today. Y'all hear that air compressor running? You guys learn to identify these different sounds. That's a turn signal that is not blinking fast. That clicking noise you hear. Everybody says it's blinking fast, but it is not blinking fast on the outside. It's normal. And we have our choice of parking spots today. How cool is that? We might circle back around and park next to that CFI truck. Because if we do spend the night, should be a fairly safe spot. I usually park right back there, straight ahead where you guys see. But if I decide to stay, I can always move back here. I have yet to decide. Park between a CFI and a USA truck. Boy, am I brave or what? But we will see what we do. I think they're both dry boxes, right? Yeah, they're both dry boxes. We're just going to take a break anyway. Alright. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so as you can tell, we did not spend the night at TA there in Chattanooga. They still had no water. And while we were sitting there doing paperwork and figuring out how to process their bill of ladings on that last load we just took to Texas, the Lancaster agent on this load I'm doing here called me and said, hey, you know you got a noon appointment, right? I said, yes, ma'am. She's like, well, apparently the SEC championship game is there because the World Congress Trade Center is right across the street from the stadium. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's where the same stadium that they're having the championship game is or not, but the game is that day at 1900, and the president is flying into town at noon, so they're going to shut the city down at noon. So they said be in there by 7, if not earlier. So I'm thinking that is going to be a blast getting in and out of the World Congress Center with the SEC traffic and all that goes into tail with that, which all your vendors and all the other traffic. I don't know how many people actually be going to the game that early, but everybody be trying to flock into Atlanta all weekend, I guess. So could be a fun ride even tomorrow getting into Atlanta. So then you add all that plus the Secret Service and the extra tight security, could be rather interesting. So we're going to run another 4 hours today. We're only 6 hours out from being in Atlanta, so we'll probably stop at the Petro there just south of Birmingham and spend the night there, and then get up and roll on into the Petro in Atlanta tomorrow. So there's that. There's your latest update. You're up to date, not too late. See you in a bit.